Xbox 360 £100 game challenge. Let's go, Bambino! Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel, Bambinos. As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, we're doing the £100 game challenge, and this week we're looking at the Xbox 360. And let me show you, before we go, let me show you how many games we're talking about here. Look at this, £100. I believe there is 28 games there, right? So there, your pound goes pretty far with the Xbox 360. I struggled to get it up to £100. I did get it bang on £100, unless my calculations are incorrect. Okay, I got my notes here with all the prices. As we always do every week, I get my prices from CEX. It's probably the fairest way to do this list rather than doing eBay, because some things, if it's a rare game, I don't think there's anything rare in my collection at all, if I'm honest. All these games, I've played all these games, I've finished most of them. Yeah, probably finished, no, it's one or two RPGs maybe I haven't played all the way through, but I do strongly recommend all these games, okay? Yeah, so 28 games, that's an average of, what, under £4, £3, between £3.50, £4 per game. So trust me, now is the best time to be collecting for the Xbox 360. It's insane how cheap these games are right now. Yeah, this is over a year's worth of games there for £100, you know. Where if you're buying new Xbox games, we're looking 50, 60 quid each. God, it makes you think how much this collection would have been back in the day. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? So, coming up first, Bayonetta. What an amazing game. £4 that's going to cost you. Graphics still hold up today. It's very easy to get into, pick up and play kind of game. Very similar, I suppose, to Devil May Cry, I want to say. I think I prefer these as a franchise. Yeah, I think I prefer Bayonetta. I haven't played Bayonetta 3 because it's an exclusive for those Nintendo kids. They get all the good games, don't they? Yeah, really good game. £4. What else have we got? Oh, BlazBlue Continuum Shift. That's £3. If you like your anime fighters, they don't get much better than the BlazBlue games. It's made by Arc System Works, if you didn't know. And if you didn't know who they are, they make arguably right now the best anime fighting games. If you like them, this is definitely worth getting into. That's £3. Blue Dragon, gosh, £4. This is, I think it's 3 discs. Yes, it's such a big game, right? They'll have to put it onto 3 discs because the game wouldn't fit on anything smaller. Yes, by Microsoft. I thought this was the same makers of Final Fantasy, or there might be some kind of connection, or I'm just making that up. I won't tell the story, but I got so far in this game, then I had the red ring of death, basically. So I got to disc 2, good couple of hours into disc 2. I was hooked on this game. Then I had the red ring of death. I've tried to play it about 2 years ago, but I got distracted. But this game will cost you £4. You know, that's hours. This will keep you entertained for a month if you like your RPGs. You know, it is a turn-based, really pretty, stunning looking world. Quite a simple story, as far as I can tell. As far as I got, rather. But yeah, I strongly recommend that. What else we got? Brutal Legend. That's only £1.50. I played this. I haven't played it since I got back into collecting for the Xbox 360. But I had this back in the day when it first came out. So I probably paid £40 plus for this. It's hard to explain what it actually is. It's got voice actors, like I think Ozzy Osbourne, Lemmy's in there. There's like they're playing themselves, or they're voicing their own characters in there. I think it's Jack Black is the Yeah, Jack Black is one of the main guys. That's him. He voices him as well. It's really hard to explain. It's like I don't know what they call them, like a fortress. You've got to protect. You're controlling an army basically. It wasn't what I was expecting, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's like you're controlling an army and you're against another army, and you've got to take down their base whilst protecting your base, kind of thing. But yeah, it's a very unique game. I strongly recommend it. What was it? £1.50. Wow. Castlevania, £4. Awesome game. It's excellent. If you like the old school God of War games, you probably like this. Or if you're a fan of Castlevania, you've probably played this if you're a fan. But yeah, for £4, you can't go wrong with that. So I do the next two, so the two in the franchise as well. So you've got Dead or Alive 4. That's £2.50, and Dead or Alive 5 is £3. So for £5.50, look what you're getting for your money. I prefer 4. It's the one I had back in the day, and I don't know why I never had 5. Maybe I didn't own an Xbox. I had a love-hate relationship with the Xbox 360 back in the day, where the Red Ring of Death put me off, and then I went a couple of years. I was a PlayStation 3 guy. Then I got the Xbox 360 when the Elite came out. I bought that. Then I must have sold it. I was busy with my career back then, not as busy as I am now. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't have that back in the day, basically. But I've got fond memories of playing that. So for £5.50, blinking heck. What else have we got? Doom 3. This is the BFG edition. That's £4. It's wild, isn't it, how cheap these games currently are. This game, it's like the remake, I suppose, or I don't know if it's a remaster. It's the polished up version of Doom 3 that came out on the original Xbox, okay? Or the OG Xbox. And they fixed a few things with this. I know a lot of people couldn't stand the fact that there was that mission, or as a part of the game where it's dark, but it's pitch black, you have to have a torch. But for some reason, on the original version, you couldn't hold a gun and a torch at the same time. It was insane. I know they were trying to, it's like a mechanic, or trying to make the level more challenging, I suppose. But yeah, they fixed that. So in that part of the game now, you got the option, you can hold a torch and a gun at the same time. But it's a lot easier then, isn't it? But I know it got slated for it. People had big problems with it. Yeah, I really enjoy this game. That's my favourite Doom game, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Doom 3 all the way. Yeah, for £4. Oh, £2 gets you Enslaved. Again, a lot of these games came out on the PlayStation 3 as well. But these are just what I've got in my collection, okay? Amazing looking graphics. I remember the hype. There was a lot of hype around this game. And I remember looking at screenshots thinking they're not going to be that good. This was probably the best looking game when it came out at the time. This was the best graphics. Stunning, stunning world. I'm not sure what to compare it to. It's got like maybe a little bit of Uncharted with the platforming kind of thing. I think I got to the final boss, and I think I stopped playing. I don't remember actually completing it, but I remember being pleasantly surprised. So yeah, this game is fucking brilliant. What was that? Enslaved, £2. And again, like the graphics, they hold up, guys. They really do hold up. Such a powerful console, isn't it? The Xbox 360. Okay, we are including Anniversary Edition. So you got Fable Anniversary is £12. Probably my most expensive game. Yeah, I think that's my most expensive game on the list. If you like Fable, I was a big fan of Fable. It came out on the Xbox originally, and then this is the remastered graphics. I think in my memories, and there was no issues with the controls, but when I tried to play this a year ago, or less than a year ago, say 6 months ago, I was like, oh, I don't know, the controls are clunky. But some games are best left in your memory. But yeah, it's worth, if you like the adventure RPGs. I know it got a bit of stick because it the developer, the main developer guy, or the face of the company, he promised a load of things and he's just lying basically. But it didn't bother me. I didn't know it came out. There's no hype when it came out as far as I was concerned. I just looked at it when I was working in Curry's. I thought, yeah, I'll buy that. And then I was pleasantly surprised. It became probably my favourite game. One of my favourite games on the Xbox at the time. Fable 3. I think if I was going to recommend any of the Fable games, this is the one I would recommend. A lot of people say Fable 2 is the best. I don't think this sold that well. There's a couple of things. I get why people don't like it. The differences of this, you play as a king and you've got to make very difficult choices throughout the game. I think that put a few people off. But yeah, that's my favourite game in the franchise. I do believe Fable 3. Oh, sorry, prices. Fable 3 is £2. What? That's amazing for £2. Whoops, sorry. Car racing game, Forza Horizon. That's going to cost you £10. This is my favourite Forza Horizon game. Big fan of the Forza Horizon series. They're probably, other than the Mario Kart games, it's probably my favourite driving I don't know if they're sure if they're called driving simulator games. I'm not sure what you'd class this as. Because you can rewind on these ones, can't you? Like if you fuck something up, you can just, no mind, just hold rewind, release it, and you it's like press and play again. But then they do punish you because you don't win as much prize money if you're doing that. So basically they reward you for not rewinding. But there is a bit of a story going on there, isn't there? Especially with this one. So I love that. That's £10. That's worth that. Trust me, that's a month of gameplay there. Now, these are really good games. So these are cheap. Gears of War 2 is £1. Gears of War 3, we're looking £1.50, and Gears of War Judgment is £2. So, oh my god, like for less than a fiver. Look what you're playing. I've only recently played that. I finished it 2 months ago, maybe, or 6 weeks, 2 months ago. And trust me, it still holds up. My favourite, between these two, I'd say maybe 2, because that's the one I played that to death. Yeah, that's probably my favourite. It's quite challenging, but because I played it so much, the hardest parts have become my favourite parts of the game. But yeah, strongly recommend that. But this has probably got the best story, is Gears of War 3. Again, all those 3 games for less than a fiver. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with now this is a good value. Halo Anniversary, £3. This went up. I think I had this either £5 or £8. I got a feeling I paid £8 for it. It was on the climb, and I thought, get it now before it goes up to £10, £15, £20. But it's coming back down, so I bought this at the wrong time. But basically, it's the HD remake or remaster, I think is the right phrase, of the original game that came out on the Xbox, and that's one of my favourite first-person shooters of all time. They've done a very good job of it. It holds up great. Halo 3, £1.50. One amazing game. That's probably my third favourite in the Halo franchise. What did I say that was? That was £1.50. My second favourite, second to Halo, is Halo Reach. That's £2. I've played that in the last 6 to 8 weeks, and let me tell you, visually it's still very impressive. I remember playing this when it first came out. I bought it on launch day, and I was like, this is the best first-person shooter I've ever played. And I honestly thought I'm never going to need to buy another first-person shooter, because when I used to love them, because it was like a time, I think the Xbox 360 and the PS3, it was, in my opinion, the peak of the first-person shooter genre, and I was kind of maybe had enough of them. I played them all, I think, but what am I trying to say? Yeah, so when I bought this and played it, I thought, right, whenever I get the itch to play a first-person shooter, I'll just play this, and this will keep me satisfied forever. I probably went a year without buying another first-person shooter because this game was that good, you know. And what is that? That is £2. Another Halo game. This is £2. Halo Wars. I'm extremely late to the party with this. I think I played this a year ago. I bought it and thought, give it a go. I always liked the look of it, and I just assumed it would be a complicated game on the Xbox 360. I always thought these kind of strategy games are best. Maybe they are best on the consoles, but they've done a really good job of this. I'm a big fan of it. The tutorial, after playing the tutorial, I was good to go. I knew exactly what I was doing. It just felt right, and it's hours of fun. Really relaxing game. This should be a good game to any fellow YouTubers. If you want to do like a stream where you just want to talk, so you're not concentrating on the game, you just want to like almost switch your brain off and have a chat with your viewers kind of thing. Yeah, I do recommend that. It's that chilled out kind of game. Well, that was my experience with it anyway. And what was that, £2? Another good game, £2 game, Prey. £2 seems to be the average, doesn't it? Really good game. It's kind of, I'm not sure if it is by the same makers of Doom. It gives me Doom 3 vibes. But you play as a Native American. I haven't played this since, not since it first came out. This sat on my shelf for something like 2 years. I bought a stack of games. When I worked in Currys, we used to have these sales. It's basically, we're not making any money, we're just clearing up space. And I don't think this sold that well. And it was something like 3 for £10. It sat on my shelf. I thought, yeah, it looks alright, but it wasn't that. I thought I'd play it one day. I just forgot it was on my shelf. And the girl I was engaged to at the time, she picked it up, because, I really like the look of this. And she thought, let's play this tonight. So we played it, and wow, it's really impressive. I love it's the Doom kind of game, but it's like, it's got those teleport things, or portals, I suppose. It's kind of Portal before Portal was a thing. So you might move a box in the corner, and it's a portal, and then all of a sudden, if you're up on the ceiling, it's quite hard to explain, but if you haven't played it, yeah, for £2, check that game out if you see that in the wild. This game is £2.50, Quake 4. That's kind of similar gameplay, in my opinion. That kind of vibe, you know. This game, yeah, £2.50. I paid £10 for it. I'll tell you why. And I own two versions of this. The Quake 4 then, good game, nothing spectacular. If you like the Quake franchise, Doom, Prey, if you like any of those games, it's a standard first-person shooter. There's some really cool guns in it, like there are in all these kind of games. But this one, yeah, it originally came with a bonus disc. That's what I wanted when I bought this, because I've already got that, but that's what I wanted, okay? So there's documentary on there. It's a really good documentary, actually, but it's got Quake 2 on there as well. And it's got the same controls, no inverted lock on, none of that shit, none of the shoulder buttons to move left and right. It plays exactly the same as a modern first-person shooter, okay? So if you're in CX for £2.50, you might get very lucky and have the 2 discs. But I know these are rare. Most of them come with just the 1 disc. But it doesn't say on there 2 discs. It's not like a special edition. I think a lot of people either threw that away because the case should have had another thing for the disc, but that's how it came, you know. But I think that's how it came anyway. That's from what I can remember. That's why I got 2 versions of that. £2.50. £5. This is probably the weakest game in the franchise, but I still enjoy it. Samurai Showdown Sen. They tried with the 3D, didn't they? Everything around the PS2, early Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era was everything had to be 3D, didn't they? So this is their attempt at it, and it wasn't very popular, so they went back to the traditional. Well, it took them a long time to go back to the traditional 2D fighting games, okay? But I really enjoyed it. It's not a Soul Calibur, don't get me wrong, But if you're a fan of Samurai Showdown or SNK, yeah, I do recommend it. For a $5, definitely recommend it, but it's quite rare. I've never seen it in a CX. I actually bought that from, it says on the back, Super Tomato, but currently it's £5 in CEX. Definitely worth it. Arguably the best bargain out of all these, and they're all bargains, aren't they? £2 gets you Soul Calibur 4, the Yoda edition. So obviously the Xbox 360, their guest character was Yoda. The PS3 version, the guest character was Darth Vader. Yoda's broken though, that's the only thing. He's very good fun. 9 times out of 10 I pick my boy Yoda, but he's too small. He's very fast, and a lot, say you're playing as Nightmare for example, quarter of his hits, his attacks, just, you don't have to do anything as Yoda, it just go over his head. If you're just standing there, he'll miss you, do you know what I mean? The hitbox is too small. But it's good fun if you're playing as Yoda, you know? Yeah, so again, £2, wow. Another awesome game. This is my favourite in the franchise. This is £1.50. Splinter Cell Conviction. This is a masterpiece. I remember when I had the Xbox One. It was like one of those Christmases. I didn't know what I wanted for Christmas. And my mother was talking to me. She said, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas then? You've got to give me some ideas." I was like, "Mum, I don't need anything." And I was giving her ideas. No, I need to, like a main present. Then a guy who's my mate at the time messaged me, goes, "Oh, I'm strapped for cash. Do you want to buy my Xbox One off me?" I said, "What about an Xbox One?" She goes, "Oh, there we are." And I went to town. I literally left my house there and then jumped in the train, met the guy. He was that desperate for money and bought it there and then. Got back home. I bought Forza Horizon 4, I think. And then I was like looking on on the Xbox store, whatever it's called. And I was just like, all the games I was interested in was the Xbox 360 games. So I was paying 8 to 16 quid or something for these games. That's £1.50. That's the first game I bought. I had a ton of fun with it. I finished it so much. It was unfortunately at the start of my drinking phase of my life. So a couple of memories. I think I a bit of bad memories with some of it because of my drinking. But yeah, that's a masterpiece. Anyway, for £1.50. Fucking hell. Right, another awesome game. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. £8. Another bargain. These games still hold up today. And probably, if I do Tekken Tuesday this week, shout out Pazman90. He's requested that I play this game. I've also got it on my PlayStation 3. So I've got fight sticks. Actually, I'm borrowing a fight stick for the Xbox 360, so maybe we'll play this version. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that game. Worth £8 any day of the week, twice on a Sunday. Another amazing game, Tekken 6, £5. I paid £2 for this. I found this in one of those cash converters, cash generator kind of places. Priced up as £2, so I can buy in that. Again, the PS3 is my go-to. I've only played this once just to make sure it runs smooth and everything. But this is considered the best roster, maybe. Yeah, Tekken 6. Awesome game. £5. It's wild, isn't it, to think how good these games are. These are AAA games for dirt cheap. The thing is, because they sold so well, because there's so many copies of Tekken 6, so many Halo 3s out there, the value is really low, isn't it? Because shops don't want to have like 50 copies sitting on the shelf of these AAA games. They'll never sell, will they? Because everyone's got one, so they got to put the price down to like £1-2, you know. But from a gamer's point of view, it's perfect time for us, you know. Right, so Rainbow Six Vegas 2, that's £1. When I did this list, I got it to £99. I thought I got to have a pound game here somewhere. And I forgot, yeah, again, amazing game. That would have been 40-50 quid 10 or whatever many years ago. That's £1. Awesome. And the last one, this is £8, is Midway Arcade Origins. So you get a stack of games, and they're the arcade games on there. You've got Pit Fighter, it's the good version, so the arcade version of Pit Fighter. Gauntlet, Rampage, I think that was the reason I wanted this. You've got Smash TVs, another good one as well. That's like one of the early twin stick shooter kind of games. That style of game seems to be making a comeback now, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's, I don't know if you can see that. Pause it, have a look at all the games. That'll cost you £8. So, £100. Imagine your friend comes to you and says, I got £100 to spend. 28 games, and I think they're all amazing games. What games have I missed? Honestly, that's every single game I've played. All the rest of the games I've dabbled with, but haven't actually played, so I haven't made my mind up. So I can't really recommend them, if I haven't played them. Alright, yeah, please let me know in the comments what you thought of my list. What have I missed out? Don't forget to Hadouken that subscribe button. I will love you forever and ever. Yeah, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye. Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we are doing today, we're going to start again. So imagine you've got a friend. Yeah, who's got friends? Hey poop. Hey poop poop. Hey YouTube, it's time for the Xbox 360 100 blah 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 blah.